welcome to this week's workshop from Mark to Me on Advanced Marketing in High Level. I'm Julian Mills, I'm joined by Atticus here, and we'll be starting in just a moment when all the attendees have joined the call. Okay, yes. So to start off with, so this doesn't do any automation per se. It's a planning tool. Okay, it doesn't link to High Level or anything like that. It's just a planning tool. There's two particular softwares you can use for this job. The one I'm showing you here is the one I like, which is called Lucid Chart. Okay, so that's a paid service. I think it's about $100 a year or something like that. So this is the paid version. I'll show you a free one in a minute. But I like this paid version for what I'm doing, because you can see here in one place, I can see all the projects I'm working on for clients. I don't know how many are in here now, but it means that I can look at open multiple documents, copy and paste things between them. That's a paid service. There's another one that's popular, and that's called Draw.io, and it looks like this. So must be your neck of the woods there, Thomas, in IO. So Draw.io is, again, this is a free equivalent. But again, every time you save it, it saves it as a file to your Google Drive. So if you have multiple clients, you have to open up lots of files, and that's why I prefer using the Lucid Chart. But if it's just for your business, then this would do perfectly well. So that's Draw.io, but I'm going to focus now on the Lucid Chart, because this is where all my stuff is. So first of all, I'll show you how I've designed it for my business here, or our business. And this is a plan. People like to see what we're doing, so I can open up the plan here and walk you through it very quickly to give you a feel for it. And then I can show you a general template that I use for most clients, where it's a case of using a template and taking things away rather than having to think of things to add. So I'll just zoom out first of all. Yeah. So first of all, to give you the helicopter view, yeah. So you see it all laid out there. I sort of structured mine round it looking like a sort of funnel there, like a sales funnel, yeah. That's a helicopter view, and we can start zooming in. And what I'm looking to do when I'm talking to clients is working out what for that particular project. This is for new clients coming into the business. What's the flow, and documenting the flow, and then piecing together not just High Level, but other tools you might be using as well. Be it, say, for instance, Xero or any other integrations you're doing. Yeah, gives you an opportunity to have everything on the same canvas, and it really helps crystallize your thoughts as to what you're building. Also, these are live documents, yeah, so they grow over time as your business changes. They're changing, evolving, and it gives you a super tool to enable you to sort of systemize your business, part of that process, which obviously helps when you look to exit a business. And also as well, when you've got a new member of staff joining, you can say, well, this is where you fit into the big picture. Look at the rest of the machine that's working for the business, and you're part of it. And it just helps everyone buy into what you're doing on the marketing side of things. Doesn't just have to be marketing; it could be internal processes as well. So this is how we're working. So first of all, yeah. So how do people find us? Yep. So I'm wearing two hats here, really. There's obviously the high level agency side of things, also involved with the entrepreneur circle here in the UK. A lot of people find me through what we call the Knowledge Center, which is basically a blog. Yeah. My website's got about 400 or 500 blog posts on there now, and that brings in sort of traffic and leads every day organically. So that's my little geeky hobby there that I do. Not a service I offer, but I know enough to talk about it. So these are the audiences where people are finding us. Obviously, a big one is always referrals. Existing clients referring new clients in there. And you can see here you can start to document your tools. So we've got the social media planner in High Level. So Atticus uses that. Probably a couple of hours each month, Atticus, and then you're scheduling the activity for the whole month. All right.
Yeah, a few hours in the first or second, and then in that time I can schedule it for the rest of the month, posting every day on our LinkedIn and Facebook.
Exactly. So it's getting all the sources where you're getting your eyeballs from, where people are finding you. Yeah. The first thing I want to do is get people onto my website as quickly as possible. Yeah. As soon as you come on the website, then Google knows they've been there. So I've got my Google Analytics that helps me feed back onto my blog posting effects, my SEO, and also they get added to a custom audience for Google remarketing, which is Google remarketing is part of Google AdWords. So again, it's as cheap as chips, cheap as chips, it's literally a few pounds each month, and I'm sending over 3,000 people see my images, my adverts appearing. So that's sort of dripping out in the background. And then all these here are all the hooks and crooks whereby I capture people's interest. Yep. So it's not just a contact us page or a phone number or a website. Yeah. I've got live chat on the live chatting on the website. Yeah. I've even got two websites. We've got a Mark2Make website, a built-in HighLevel. That's a HighLevel funnel. That's built in a HighLevel funnel. And then I've got my WordPress website, which over Christmas I migrated into HighLevel hosting. And that's working a lot better now. It's a lot faster, and I'm really pleased with that. So get people onto my website, and I've got lead magnets on there. A lead magnet where they can request to download a free guide, watch a video, whatever. These workshops are a form of lead magnet that we're doing. There they are there. I've got a referral campaign as well, where capture referrals and follow up automatically. People can phone in and email in. Yeah, so we've got a system to capture those using a simple form. So it's basically documenting all the ways by which people come into your world. Yeah, and for me, it's all about the all funneling in to the sales pipeline. Yeah, in HighLevel, the sales pipeline and the opportunities. So that's a very simplistic representation there. New opportunities come in. You obviously start talking to them. They go through the stages until they become a new client. Yeah. For me, someone's lost. If someone is trying to sell me some life insurance or office furniture or anything like that I'm never going to sell them what I'm offering, so they'll be lost. But anyone doesn't become a client. Most people that don't become a client will become maybe in the futures. Yeah. So they might not be ready for the software today, but I'd say, can I give you a call back in 6 months or a year? See how you're doing then? They'll say yes to get rid of me. And then when I move into maybe in the future, automatically drops into a 4-year campaign where they get an email every 5 months. Just a very simple, plain email. And the record is a lady in Northern Ireland there after 4 years becoming a client. So that's a sales pipeline documented. Yeah, you see here I'm using Xero for invoicing there, HighLevel for document contracting when I need to, Stripe for payments. I'm getting all the tools on the one canvas so you can see all the bits of the jigsaw. Yeah, obviously active clients, I'm looking for them to become providing reviews and referrals. Yeah, and you just start to map it all out at a sort of top level, a high level. Yeah, obviously referrals come back in here and they feed into the top. Yep. Obviously, he's document. We've got the HighLevel mobile phone app. Makes managing the contacts and the opportunities really easy. We can also automate off of inbound messages coming in. So again, we can integrate with your Facebook account, your Instagram account. So if someone messages you from your Facebook page, yeah, they come into the database as a contact. And then what we do with Facebook and Instagram in particular, we have the automation reply. As soon as they message us, regardless of what we're doing, the system messages them straight back, asking for their name and email. Their email and phone number, so that we then have a complete record for them: name, email, phone number, and the WhatsApp and the Facebook as well. But the Facebook message expires after 24 hours of inactivity. So much better straight away to grab the email and phone number. So then we've got a proper contact we can follow up with. So that's what we're doing there. So that gives you that sort of high level view, and it's brilliant when you've got a new member of staff joining in, maybe a salesperson, and you can tell the salesperson, well, this is where you'll be working, you'll be working the leads and the opportunities. But they take them out. But look at the whole system that's supporting you from whatever advertising you're doing. So that's a sort of top level. Then we can go even deeper than that, this tool. Yeah. So for instance, oh, before I carry on, any questions so far, guys? I'm just all making sense.
Yeah, I see you're using Revolut for international business. Does that integrate in any way?
It doesn't. No, I just use Revolut. It's mainly for America. I've got a client in America. I think you've done work in America, haven't you, Thomas? So that it can be difficult getting money over, I found.
Yeah. Yeah.
International bank transfers don't really work, do they, with Americans?
Yes. So,
But Revolut's handy to get around that one because obviously if you collect in payments by credit card, you're paying big commissions all the time.
that's true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah.
But Revolut gives you a nice it gives them a bank account in Manhattan to make the transfer to, and then it just comes through.
Wow. Okay. I need to look a little bit more into that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use that for getting also, my old keep commissions.
All
They
right.
come in through there as well. That takes care of that one as well.
Okay. Yeah. We might have a talk about that at another stage, right? I'm not online. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So that's a top level, but now we can go one level deeper now. Okay, and we can start to look at the actual campaigns we're going to build. So before you get involved in any software and the complexity to that, map out what you or the client want. And so, for instance, I'll show you an example for a lead magnet campaign. So just to clarify, a lead magnet is where on your website or a landing page, you might offer a free guide or a free video. Yeah. All they have to do is fill a form in with their name and email. So an ethical bribe, as they say. So we capture their details to give them a free guide, a free video, whatever it might be. Even booking a discovery call is like a lead magnet. So this is what it looks like at the top line level. You got a lead magnet on your website. When they request it, they're going to go for a little campaign to deliver it. And when the time is right, they get fed into the sales pipeline. So I'll just go. You start. So this is then starting to going next level down where we're now looking at individual emails and planning it all out before we do any building in HighLevel. Okay, so this is a simple example. Obviously, you build out whatever you need. You know, this is just to give you a flavor for what's possible. So, for instance, this represents your lead magnet form. So you could build a lead magnet form in HighLevel in sites forms. You may decide to embed it straight onto an external website or a website built in HighLevel, whichever, or have a dedicated landing page in HighLevel. Yeah. So there's where the form is. When they press submit, there's no delay. They're going to get email one, where we're going to actually deliver what we promised. So a lot of systems just give up at that point, actually. But anyway, we're going to carry on and take it through the whole journey. So there's one email we need writing. At this point here, we're going to respond to their behavior or the lack of behavior. The ideal behavior is that they download the guide, they watch the video, they click the link. We know they clicked it. So that can then trigger our next step, which might be to create an opportunity in that sales pipeline because they've requested it and downloaded it. So we'll class them as warm for the sales guys and they go through. If everyone's very busy these days, of course, so a lot of people won't get around to downloading it. So we'll know that as well. So we can send them a reminder email or emails. Yeah. So on this document here, you can plan out as one reminder email or a whole series. Yeah. You can map it all out. So you or the client can go away after this call and say, right, we need 2 emails writing. Yeah. Go away, write those emails. We can reconvene and build out a little campaign like this in 30 minutes, an hour. Yeah. So again, they get a second email. If they download it, job done. And the sales guys would follow up in this case. Yeah. If they don't download it, after all the reminders, most people will give up on them then. We don't like to do that. We don't just fill up a database and hopefully get around to sending a newsletter email sort of thing. Yeah. So that's when I'd be dropping into like an evergreen campaign, evergreen prospect campaign, a campaign that never ends. Yep. So just map it out simply like this is a lot easier than digging about in HighLevel, especially with a client trying to work out what you want. Just map it out first, and you can sense check it with a bit of experience. You get really quick at this. Okay, so most automation is very linear like that. They come in, they get the emails, go very linear. Yeah, the Evergreen campaign here is actually a looping campaign. I'll show you that briefly. I've got that mapped out visually here. Yep. So again, we've Atticus has created a snapshot for this campaign. So if we want to later on this call, we can actually look at that snapshot for this campaign. But basically, someone's gone through all your marketing and done nothing, then they'd automatically drop into this campaign, and they'd be starting in March. Yep. So all my emails can talk. They can be top. My emails can be sort of seasonal now, rather than just email one of two. Yeah, they can be the Easter email, the spring email, the summer email, and whichever the system is automatically going to be sending the right emails at the right time of year. So they came into March. They've missed the 14th of March today. We're now on the 17th. So the next one they get the 14th of April. And I say to clients, the minimum really is 1 a month, 12 emails. Go away, write 12 emails, drop them into the template campaign we got. You're up and running. Yeah, you could send 1 a day if you wanted to. Yeah, and it doesn't just have to be emails here. Yeah. It could be texts, WhatsApps. Yeah, it could be tasks for the sales team to give someone a call. If you integrate into it, was a particular mailing house here in the UK called Stamp. You can send letters out. So you can send a spring postcard, a summer postcard, a winter, a Christmas card. So it's not just email marketing here as well. There's Evergreen, and it can just be ticking away the whole year. As I say, as people are joining this throughout the year, they're starting in the right month every time. And it's Evergreen because when they complete their first year, so if someone came in today in March, they go around whole year, and next March they'd start again. Yeah. So there's 2 ways people can escape from the campaign. Obviously, they can subscribe, or, for instance, they become a customer. So in the pipeline here, to show you quickly, I could put a rule in the pipeline saying, okay, whenever someone moves to the new client or the 1 stage, that's a trigger, and that trigger is automatically going to remove them from the Evergreen campaign. So we start to link all the campaigns, all the marketing together. And it's a lot easier to do all that when you can start to see visually how everything connects up, rather than living in your head and trying to remember all the time. Because after you set the system up after 6 months, yeah, you'll forget so much about it. Whereas you've got it all mapped out. And even going another step, which you haven't done here, is coding up the campaigns. I'll show you an example of that later on. So coding up everything so you can easily find the forms, the workflows, the emails, the text very easily. Okay, Thomas, you got a question? No? Oh, I thought you had a question.
I know it was it's been answered.
Oh, that's good. So that's the Evergreen campaign. Again, I think there's only systems I've come across that can do this at HighLevel and Keep. They can go for an yeah. The other question people ask me is, well, if they're going around every year, do they get the same emails every year? If there's still a prospect at that point? And the answer is, it depends what you want. If you change nothing, then yes, they'll get the same emails every year. So you could do that. Or I say to clients, the first week of January up here, just do a review of the campaign. Yeah. Has Easter moved from March to April? Just move it along. Yeah. Do you want to add in extra emails, remove emails, change offers? You can do all that. Say, for instance, in June, you were launching another product, a new product, or you were doing a trade show somewhere. At the beginning of January, if you know you're doing a trade show in June, in the preceding months here, you could add in extra emails. Yeah. So it gives you a way of sort of planning out your marketing for the prospects in this case. In addition, you might then create a duplicate of this campaign and create it for customers. So once you become a customer, this prospect one shuts down and a customer version can start. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's how I plan it. And you can even go to another level on this plan where the beauty about the Lucid chart is you can have layers here as well. where are they? I don't know if you see at the bottom of the screen. You can have layers. So you could overlay this with job roles and people's names of who do that particular job. So you could look at here. It's quite a neat idea. You could overlay on this section here all the salespeople that are looking after the sales side of things. Yeah. So you've got a map of the systems and who does that particular role in the business using the layers in the funnel. Sorry, layers in the Lucid chart. Is that okay, guys? Any questions so far? No. Brilliant. Okay. I've got another example. So I can't show you my client work, but I can show you. I can show you my thing. Then the other thing I've got that's really helps me when working with clients. And I think I've given you Stephen Thomas this already, haven't I? I've given you a template. So because I've been doing this, for more than 5 minutes. I'll show you here. Hang on a sec, I've disappeared off of. Hang on. Because I've been doing this more than 5 minutes, over the years, I've worked out sort of most businesses under the bonnet have got very similar requirements. So I've been able to create a template, which for most businesses is overkill. But after having an initial discovery call with a client, I can take this, and often it's a case of removing elements that aren't required, and then customize it to fit a particular customer's plan, as it were, what they require, and that makes the job a lot easier. So anyone on the call that's looking to become an agency, this is how I sell the high level software, because once the client's got clarity and they can see the plan, what you're going to do, rather than just telling them, it becomes so much more easy to explain, and you can guide them through, them and the team as well. The system you're going to set up, you can check you set up the right things, you covered all the bases. There's nothing worse than when you're working with a system like HighLevel or Keep. You start working on implementation, and you get 90% of the way through, and then somebody says, "Oh, can it do this?" And that then throws a spanner in the works, because that one question has now changed all the requirements, and you've got to go back and restart everything. So planning it all out first makes a huge difference. So that's the document we're using with clients. We've even built in, I've showed Steve and Thomas this last time, we've even built in here a checklist for onboarding clients, a plan we work through, so it's all visible and transparent. The stages we're going through, any additional bespoke requirements are all documented very easily. We don't need separate Word documents and this, that, and the other. It's all on one page as it is. Okay, guys. Yeah, you've seen that before.
It didn't open for me for some reason or other.
Didn't open. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can send you a PDF, Thomas, if that helps.
Yeah, be great if you could. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, PDF, Thomas. I know. Yeah, because you set up a free account. Could you find it in the shared documents? Yeah, you can find it in there.
I did open a free account, but it didn't open for me. It just said that something about the way it was shared.
Oh, right. Okay, I can look at that again. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, open for me. That's
Oh,
fine.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'll try again. Right.
okay. So that was the Lucid Chart, and how I mean that's been it's a key thing that I do for clients now, and say creating a document that grows with your business over time and evolves makes a big difference, especially I think if you're looking to systemize it and eventually exit the business. Right. So the next thing then is we've got a number of snapshots we could take a look at if you're interested in any particular ones, and we can work through how we set those up, or if you guys have got anything you want to share with us, anything new, Thomas, in your world of where you've been working on the AI.
I've been focusing on the social media planner and branding and automating as much of that as possible, where bringing in a new client where got a questionnaire that's all AI related, and it actually collects everything regarding their brand colors, their voice, the brand voice, the whole lot, creates content for all the social media platforms, puts it into the social media planner automatically in a CSV file that's uploaded, and then schedules it to go out. So once it's up and running, there is very little to be done other than approve it in the social media planner.
Wow. Okay. Are you using the Agent Studio for that then?
Uh, a combination of different things: Agent Studio and Base 4, and I'm also looking at an integration with Claude. I'm playing around at the moment with Claude and doing a lot of stuff with marketing agents inside there.
Well,
Trying to get them to integrate. So what I'll do is I will give you a full rundown once I'm happy that it's 100% flawless. But that's what I've been working on, right? Yeah. So one of the challenges is integrating into HighLevel. In some ways, it's blocking it. It's trying to keep everything inside in itself. Yeah. But I will say that Agent Studio is getting better and better and better.
right. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So I'll run through that someday with you, and we'll see what we'll do with it maybe here someday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I love that. Yeah. I was at a meeting. I was at the networking meeting for High Level in Manchester last week, Thomas, and there's a chap there, Tony, who went to the High Level Summit this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was showing me yeah, using I can't remember which platform he's using now, but he built this thing for landscape gardeners. Yeah, uh, where but if you go and take a picture of someone's driveway or the garden, and he's showing these examples. What he's showing is the examples anyway, and he's doing an amazing job. Doing the garden planning for you.
Yeah.
And he was building a whole system for in High Level for landscape gardeners. Uh,
Wow. Do you have a networking event on a regular basis there in the UK?
No, I only found out about it last minute. They do these. What do they call them? It's not a meet. What do they call it? Meetup, was it?
Meetup.
It's not a meetup. It's not called a meetup. But it's on those terms. And they had it's a High Level were in town anyway. They'd sponsored some social media event,
Okay.
and so the team were there anyway. So they may as well run these run these meetups when they're in a local bar there. And they had about 70 people booked up.
All right.
There must be about 40 people turned up, and they did a raffle for an iPad and all this. So that's the first one I've been to, though. Yeah,
Oh, well, I jump on a plane for that.
I only found out about it a few days before, but
Yeah.
it was good evening actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Okay.
one of the things we could look at today, which is a bit more advanced, is the WhatsApp. You haven't done much on the WhatsApp, have you, Thomas?
I got it set up when we're over in Dallas, right, with
Yeah.
a US number, and it's because WhatsApp is opened 90% more times than SMS in this country,
Yeah.
right? And the challenges we have here with SMS, I'm leading with WhatsApp at the moment now, right? I have a lot more to do in it, but yes.
Oh, have you done anything with WhatsApp, Steve?
No.
Oh, well, we'll quickly go run through that now. And Thomas, you back me up if there's things I don't know or we don't know. I'll just share my screen. Yeah. So WhatsApp's an it's one of the things where it's an add-on charge for that. Typically, it's $29. So if you go to my settings here, if you go to settings, I've got it live on this account here. So if you go to settings, and then you'll see WhatsApp there. Once you're subscribed, it looks like this. This is changed as well. It's always changing, isn't it? So I've gone through all the verification. In High Level, in the UK now, I don't know what it's like in Ireland, by the way. You can have what they call coexistence. Okay, so a client or yourself might have WhatsApp Business already on your mobile phone. Yeah, and that's the case. You can have it on your mobile phone and link it to the High Level account. So, because obviously, if it's just on the boss's mobile phone, no one else could use it really. But if you got it linked to the High Level account as well, then any of the sales team or whoever can go in and access the WhatsApp. So once you got it set up, you need to connect it to a phone number. I think it has to be a phone number in the system. So you need to set up a phone number there. So I've linked it to that particular phone number I've got. And then also we have templates here. Come back to templates in a minute. So you need templates when you're reaching out cold to somebody, right? So the way the WhatsApp works is if someone you can put the WhatsApp number on your website. If someone WhatsApps you or the button, if someone WhatsApps you, comes into HighLevel and there's no charge for that, and you can message them back and forth, no problem, just like normal, yeah. Now that message that conversation is live for 24 hours. So 24 hours from the point that they last messaged you into HighLevel. So if someone messages you and you get round to replying in 48 hours, it won't let you. Yeah, because the conversation has effectively died. But what we can do then is we can restart the conversation using what we call a marketing template. Here's some examples here. So you set up a bunch of marketing templates. Yeah, you might have one that says basically, oh, it's been in touch, it's been a while now, are you still interested in what we do? Yeah, create a little marketing template, and then you can send that cold to somebody to start a conversation, but you're going to get charged for that. Yeah, in the marketing agency, it's going to cost you 6p per message. So it's the same price as sending a text. That can start a conversation. Again, as soon as they message you back, then you can message them all day long for no additional cost. Yeah. Until again after 20, if they don't message you for 24 hours, then you'd have to use another marketing template to reactivate the conversation. That makes sense, Steve. I hope
Yeah.
I've explained that. Okay, that's good. That's where all your templates live. You can also have utility templates. So if you're sending, and I'm using this now, if you're sending a WhatsApp with somebody books a discovery call with you, yeah, that's not a marketing message. That's like a utility message. So that's cheaper than sending a marketing message in Meta's world. Yeah, and all these have to be approved by Meta. Yeah, and it can vary, can't it, Atticus, from a few seconds to days. Yeah. So you see
Yeah, there's
these?
no science, is there? It's however Meta feel in the day.
Yeah. So all these become like templates which we can pull into the workflows later on. So we can trigger off to send a template message to start a conversation. There's all your templates. Flows. It's a while since I looked at flows. But I think this is where people can book calls into your calendar without going to your calendar. They can book it within WhatsApp. Is that correct, Thomas? Do you know that one?
Yeah, that's it. That's not, I haven't done a lot with that yet, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I thought that was the case. Yeah, like I say, I got halfway through setting it up, but then I haven't finished it yet. So that's the WhatsApp. So in the day-to-day scheme of things, how do you see WhatsApp in HighLevel? If you go to contacts, go to where are we? Contacts. Yeah. If I look at one of my contacts, there's just an update on this yesterday. I don't know if you noticed, Thomas, here. It's, it's a bit annoying because you're able to pin this call, this dialer now.
If you click on the dialer on top, it should disappear, shouldn't it?
And minimize it. You think it disappeared, but there you go.
Yeah.
It's a bit fiddly at the moment. Yeah. So if I look at here's one of my contact records here. So if I go into the contact record here, as soon as you've got a phone number here, so I've got a mobile phone number. As soon as you've got that, then if you look here, get out of the way. You see here, Steve, at the bottom, I've got the option to send a WhatsApp now. Again, because this person here hasn't WhatsApped into me within 24 hours, the only way I can start a WhatsApp is to use one of those templates, a marketing or a utility template. So I can pull in a template like that, choose a template, hopefully give it a nice name. Here I've got one called Thinking About SaaS. So it pulls in the Meta approved template. Yeah, and I can send that individual like that, and that would hopefully start the conversation. It's going to cost me 6p to do that each time. That's how you can do it to an individual level, and then maybe a customer service role. Yeah. Obviously, we could trigger automation in the workflows. Show you one quickly. Let's create a quick workflow. Start from scratch. Okay, so a trigger, for instance, might be an inbound WhatsApp message coming in. So I do this quite a lot. So the trigger might, this one might be, a trigger might be reply. Customer replied. And we'll filter that. Reply channel I'm looking for. And that'd be WhatsApp. Okay, so for instance, every time someone WhatsApps into me into HighLevel, yeah, it's not on my mobile phone, don't forget. So it's not on my mobile phone. So I don't know WhatsApp's come in. So what I'd be doing is every time a WhatsApp comes in, first thing I'd be doing is triggering an internal notification. Oops, in a sec. Let me close the windows. Yeah, so I'll be triggering an internal notification that's going to come to me. So then I know I've had a WhatsApp message has come in, but it's pinging me on the mobile app, and then I could join the WhatsApp conversation from within HighLevel. Does that make sense? We click on here, so we type in internal notification. We send an internal notification. So I'm going to notify myself on the mobile app. So I'm logged. I've got my mobile app on my phone logged in. I can say here, WhatsApp message from. I pop in the name, contact, full name. Yeah, and here I can then merge in what they've told me in the WhatsApp message. So I click on here, and I'm going to look in here, message body. Yeah, so it's going to ping me on the mobile app a message. It's going to say I've got a WhatsApp message from whoever, and then it's going to tell me what the message was. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do, redirect page conversation. So when I hit that notification on the phone, it's going to take me straight to the HighLevel app and that particular conversation. So I'll see the conversation, and then I can respond to the WhatsApp through the HighLevel back to them. So it just means that you can have 10 people, all sales reps, getting notified when their customers are WhatsApping in, and then they could go log in and respond to their customers from one single WhatsApp business account. It's not individual. All the salespeople don't all have to individually have a WhatsApp account. Yeah, that okay for that one?
Yeah,
That's
the redirect to the conversation page. I missed why you're doing that.
But yeah, so when I get the message on the phone, it's coming from the HighLevel mobile app.
Yes.
Yeah, I can tap it, and it's going to open up in what's the HighLevel app, the conversation. So I can join straight into the WhatsApp conversation via the mobile app.
Under conversations, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because obviously, imagine you've got 10 salespeople, they all can't log into, because the WhatsApp business lives on a mobile phone, doesn't it? They can't all have the same mobile phone.
So,
Right.
Julian, when the notification goes to the salespeople, how do they know who's responded to it? Because like a notification comes in from the WhatsApp message,
Yeah.
and there's say 3 salespeople.
Yeah.
Do they all get the notification, or does it just go to one?
But you see here, user type. User assigned to the contact.
Okay,
so it could go. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
it's quite handy. It could go to all 3 if you want, or again, as long as you're assigning those leads to the rep, then it's going to the right person.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, neat that, isn't it? Yeah, and I've got one client in Liverpool where again, property investment company, and they're using WhatsApp for to qualify leads for investors. So someone goes to their website, fills in a simple form. A simple form. We're getting the mobile phone number. That form triggers a workflow. The first thing we're going to do is send them a WhatsApp message. See, so once I send a WhatsApp message here, I'll show you that. Yeah. I want to send a WhatsApp. So they just WhatsApp messaged in. If I want to send a WhatsApp, I click on here, type in WhatsApp. Oops. WhatsApp there. I can send them. a WhatsApp message. Again, it's got to be a template because this is going out cold now. So you create the template in the WhatsApp section and just pull it in here now. Yeah, I'm enabling branches. Okay, so the first WhatsApp message goes out to them, especially if they've just filled the form in with and they're giving us a phone number. This is one of two outcomes, isn't it? It's either going to be delivered because there's a WhatsApp account linked to that mobile number, or there isn't. Yeah, if it is delivered, then what I'd be doing is looking to update a custom field on the record so that in future I know that that contact has got a valid WhatsApp account. Yeah, so I'm not sending in the future. I'm not sending unnecessary messages to them if they haven't got a WhatsApp account, and it's costing me 6p a time. But in this case, I'm filtering them here. I get to know the ones that are delivered to a WhatsApp account, the ones that aren't delivered to a WhatsApp account. So then for the property investor, what we're doing, we're taking down one of two streams. Yeah. If they've got a WhatsApp account, then we'll ask a whole series of questions. You know, how much have they got to invest, when they're looking to invest, etc., and qualify them. If they've got enough capital to invest, then they'll go through and be offered an opportunity to book a discovery call. Yeah. Again, if WhatsApp comes back and says that was undelivered, that message, therefore they haven't got a WhatsApp account, then I'd go down the track here of using text, doing it all by text instead. Yeah, but the WhatsApp, you pay 6p for your initial message, and then they can have another 10 messages straight afterwards. You know, literally a couple of minutes, you qualified them. You might have 10 different messages back and forth. It's only cost you 6p. If you do it by text here, each message is going to cost you about 6p.
How do you identify them as having a WhatsApp account or not a WhatsApp account?
Well, yeah, the first, you see this first message we're sending here, yeah?
Yeah, first not delivered.
Yeah. So if WhatsApp's unable to deliver it, it'll go down this track.
Yeah. And then how does that notify so you don't send it again?
So what I've been doing is first thing I'm doing here, this stage here, I've created a custom field on the record. Has a WhatsApp account, yes or no?
Right.
Yeah. So when they reach this point in this workflow, I'll be updating that custom field to say yes, they've got a WhatsApp account. And they go down here, I'll be updating to say no, they haven't got a WhatsApp account.
Okay.
There's something we just have to set up. And then in future, I could put if-else statements in this workflow. If they have got a WhatsApp account, they go down this track. If they haven't got a WhatsApp account, they go down that track. Because every time I send a WhatsApp message, even if it's not delivered, they're going to charge us. So in the future, we're saving money.
Yeah.
Is that okay there? So that's how you can use WhatsApp. And I say, if you look at all the actions we've got for WhatsApp now, I mean, I must admit, like Thomas, I'm still scratching the surface on this one. But it gets great deliverability, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've been getting some great leads coming to me from the WhatsApp button on the website recently. Yeah. You get stats as well on the WhatsApp there. You can see all that. So there's all the. I mean, I've not even looked at these ones yet. That's a bit of homework I've got to do there. So yeah, so that's. Is there anything I missed there, Thomas? You can think of anything else you can add for the WhatsApp there?
Sorry, say again.
Is there anything I missed there, or anything you would add there?
There's a lot can be done with it. I'm only like you starting off because I had challenges with Meta for a couple of weeks, as I told you. So and because of the regulations regarding SMS here, I have no option. I have to go with WhatsApp, right? So and then there's this thing about business accounts that are confusing me. That the end user doesn't have to have a business account, but setting up a new client, there's something about them having to have a business account.
I don't know that one. Because one thing I've learned about business, even if you have a business account on your mobile phone, yeah,
Yeah,
you can't make outbound cold messages, can you?
I have business WhatsApp on my mobile phone. I can send any kind of message, outbound or anything, right?
Can you just put a phone? Can you just put a phone number in there and
Yes,
message them?
yeah.
Right.
Um,
Oh, right.
so a bit of confusion going on there with me. I need to figure that out, but yeah.
I'm
Um,
going to look at that again because I was told that you on a WhatsApp business on a mobile you couldn't you weren't able to just take somebody cold and message them.
I have it for a long time. Yeah, I can put in the mobile number and a message will go to them.
My
Oh,
experience has been that it's broadcast messages that don't go to people who haven't accepted you or added you as a contact, but individual, like just I'm having the same experience as Thomas, where individuals I can message
Yes,
directly. Yeah.
because that's probably a good use for having the coexistence. Because then for the mobile phone you could then message people that you're not connected to, whereas in high level you can't. Yeah, I
right.
don't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Is there anything else? Does anyone want to add anything else about the WhatsApp or the phone numbers or the texting while we're here? Was that okay? That's okay. Brilliant. I don't know if anyone's set up any mobile phone numbers. While we're here, I'll just quickly show you something to be aware of in high level. If you haven't got a mobile phone number on the system, the way you set that up is you go to settings and then you go to phone numbers and find it, phone system. Yeah, that's opened again. That is annoying, isn't it, at the moment? There's a brand new update just yesterday, that, and it's cheesing me off.
Click on the little green phone next to the help and stuff. That should get rid of it. There you go.
Right, okay, right. It's but that minimizer is supposed to work, but it doesn't, does it? Right. So if you want any phone numbers on the system, then you have to add them, obviously. The most logical looking way to do it would be simply just go and add a phone number, buy a phone number in the system. I'll try to show you here. So here's mine. So if you're starting out, you'd have no phone numbers here at all. And you see the add number, you go, oh, I'll just go and get a number. You do this, add a phone number. Yeah, choose your country. Obviously not Ireland, Thomas. Choose your phone number, filter based off of if you want to, I would always start with a mobile number, something like that. I always like to put in the last digit, the last four digits of my landline, maybe. So it gives it a bit of sort of consistency. Yeah, like that. And then you choose a number. Is this $1.15 there? You choose a number you like the look of and proceed to buy. Yeah. So if you haven't set up a regulatory bundle, you'll go to here, you click proceed to buy, and it'll error out. And then you'll spend ages trying to work out why that's a problem. It's because you haven't got a regulatory bundle set up. So I'll show you how you set those up quickly. So you click on regulatory bundles. You see here, ignore those ones, but you need an address bundle and a regulatory bundle for the type of number you're buying. So without these, the system will just error out when you find the perfect number and try and buy it. So you have to go to create. The first step is to create an address bundle. And do it in this order, by the way. Yeah, create an address bundle. That just simply asks you for your address details. Okay. Now, if you're here in the UK, if you're a limited company, then you can get a company verification or whatever they call it. Okay. But to do that, you're going to need a company registered with Companies House or wherever your jurisdiction is, a company registered with Companies House, and a PDF with a letter going to that registered office address. So if your registered office is with an accountant or something, and no bills or no letters go to that address, you'll get stuck. Yeah, yeah. So you have to have a company's house, and letters, utility bills, things like that going. You've got an example of a letter going to that one. If you haven't got that, it's not the end of the world. You can do a personal application. So that would require, obviously, you'd do it personally, and you need your passport or your driver's license. Scan that, and then a utility bill or something going to your home address. So there's two ways. There's just two ways to watch out for. So you set up the address one like that first of all, and then you would create a regulatory bundle. So here, obviously, depends on which country. The requirements depend on which country you're in. Yeah, but then you choose if it's a business. If it's a business here, why is it only going to give me one?
Algeria.
Oh, because I mean that's the Algeria requirements. Good point. Yeah. So if I go to UK, for instance, let's see, it lets me do either the business or the individual application. Choose what type of phone number you want. Yeah. So you have to do one of these for each type of phone number. So if you want a local number, you do one application. You do it on mobile, you do a mobile. You then fill this form in. You go through that. At the very last stage, it'll ask you to connect to the address bundle, which was part one of this process. And then you'll upload your PDF with your letter, and then you'll submit it. Yeah. Hopefully you got it all right. And it could take, again, from 10 minutes to a few days, good few days to get it approved. And then once you got that approved, you can then go on to the next step and actually get your phone number. But without doing all that, you'll struggle in vain to register a phone number on the system. Yeah, all these now. Yeah.
Can somebody on here verify the following for me? We can't buy mobile numbers, right? So, and that's why I've been using US numbers for WhatsApp. But I've been doing a lot of research, and I found out that Meta and WhatsApp can't distinguish between a mobile number and a landline, right?
Oh, right.
So that when we're setting it up via HighLevel, that it's not looking at the number, and I need somebody, if anybody knows this, can verify it. It's not looking at the number, it's looking at the business name. So when somebody replies, they're replying to the bio app.
Well, yeah. WhatsApp on a high level, it's a number, it's a phone number.
Yeah, it's something I'm trying to get a workaround, and I found some documentation that said, don't worry about it. It'll still reply to, it doesn't have to be a mobile number. It'll reply to a number. Can't distinguish between that, and it's the actual business that's registered to it.
Okay, right. Okay, right. I can't. No.
I haven't tried it yet, but it's something that I'll be trying within the next week.
I'll be interested to hear how you go with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked with some clients in Ireland, and trying to get a local number can be through
Pain.
Twilio.
Can't get anything. No.
It's a nightmare there.
Yeah. Even trying to get where I am, right? I mean, the hoops I had to jump through to get a number because of the county I'm in, right? I'm on the border of two counties, and if the documentation didn't match exactly what Twilio were expecting, I submitted about 6 times, changing everything the whole time, and then I had to go back to the company registration office and get the company registration office to change my details to match Twilio, not what I have.
I don't know, it has to match exactly, doesn't it, Ross? That's why I was saying you've got to go through that regulatory bundle thing. It's got to match exactly the PDF of the letter you send with the address. It's got to match the registered office address, not your business address, your registered office. Oh, I know.
No, yeah. So if I were opening a new office anywhere in the country, I would have to see what Twilio said first before I'd actually go and put it
There
in.
was an update. I think it was last week. There was more countries are available, and I thought, oh, good. Does that cover Ireland? But it didn't.
It didn't, no. No.
All right then, guys. That's right. I mean, the hour has gone up, and we didn't get a chance to look at the snapshots this time, but we can look at those again any time. Or if anyone's interested in a particular snapshot, so we've got available, then we can provide those. We've got We've got an Evergreen, the Evergreen campaign I mentioned at the start. We've got that we can port it straight into marketing accounts. Atticus has built out a Google review campaign. So with this one, you ask for some feedback from the client, and it actually the AI drafts the review for them and then sends it to them and asks them to post it on Facebook or Google for you, and then HighLevel can then reply to that review. And then I've got one for referrals. So if you get a referral, based on what you know about the person, from their website, from any information like why the referrer feels it'd be a good fit, that all goes into the form, and the AI customizes and drafts a letter and sends it to both parties. And if they book a call, that's great. Yeah, it stops the campaign straight away. As soon as they book a call, or if they reply to it instead, and then it sends you an internal notification to say such and such a body, they didn't book a call, but they replied. So I take it, I'd switch to manual mode then and start a conversation with them.
I see your numbers there have A2P verified for UK numbers.
That was that's a byproduct of getting this number, this US number. So when I've got clients in the US, I can't from a UK number, it won't be delivered. Well, maybe that's different now. But so what I did was I got this phone number here, so I could text into the US. I got A2P verified, which I don't know. Have you done that at all yet, Thomas? Have you got verified like that?
No, no,
Oh,
because
it's a
you have
sod
to
of
have
a
a
job.
business over there.
Yeah, it's a sod of a job. Yeah. So you have to get an employer identification number or something.
Yeah, EIN. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to phone up the IRS to get that.
yeah.
And then the tech support we got here in the externally tech support here, they're brilliant at this. And you just say, can you just get that A2P verified for you? Mike, I think you have to go through it's about 20 quid or something, but they struggled through and got that working for me. I don't know how they did it in the end.
I have to get that.
But yeah, but it means I can text into the UK, into the US. It's like less than a cent. It's texting is so cheap in the US. So that completes today's workshop for Marketing on advanced marketing in HighLevel. Shortly, you'll see a QR code appear, and there you'll be able to book on a discovery call if you've got any further questions you'd like to talk to us about. And also, you have the option to book on to the next live workshop. Looking forward to seeing you there.